And today, as an executive coach and author and a certified project manager, Wogugu is with us today to shed some light. Now, we're going to be talking about juggling parenting and your well-being. Now, over the last 15 years, she has lived her passion of transforming individuals and organizations via managerial skills, providing tailor-made solutions that have instilled a mind shift, thereby making people more productive and happier at work. Hello, Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Michael. How
Now
are you
that's it.
today?
That is like a citation, talking about what you do. Well, how are you doing? How are you holding up during this time, the protests and all of that?
I'm very well. I've been working from home, and
Okay.
in some cases, when I have to go out, it has to be very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay,
Yeah.
so today we're talking about being a parent and, of course, your well-being. Okay, so it can be. I've heard of women after giving birth and all of that. There's this sort of depression that could happen. Postpartum depression, right? That's exactly what it's called and all of that. That has to do with mental health, of course, and being a parent, maybe for the first time, sometimes after every pregnancy. In such scenarios, how can mothers and parents generally manage their well-being better?
I think the first thing is learning how to delegate. Some parents are very clingy to their children, maybe because of past experiences when they were growing up. So some of them don't even when they delegate, they don't allow the people who they've delegated those responsibilities to take care of their children or their newborn babies to really do the work by themselves. So they get burnt out by overworking their body. So number one, learning how to delegate effectively, because you need to know how to do it in a way that the child is still very safe with whoever you are delegating your responsibilities to for your baby. So that's number one. And then number two is for mothers, whether you're a new mom or you're not a new mom, or you have older children, you have to plan your joy. So your joy has to be very intentional, because that's another way to really help you overcome the stress of parenting. You must plan your joy, and it's not just for the mothers.
Let's get this clear. You said you must plan your joy.
Yes, plan your joy.
Plan your
Things
joy.
that make you
Okay.
happy. Yes, plan your joy. Things that make you happy. Things that really make you come alive. It could be hanging out with your friend. It could be taking out the baby for a walk. It could be going for a workout, 1 hour workout. Someone holds the baby for you. Or even if you have teenage children, you still need to take out time and say, I want to have my own time alone. I'll be back. Let me go out and see my friends for a drink, and something like that. Ice cream or whatever it is that makes you really happy and make you come alive. Some people like to attend conferences. Some people like to do getaway once a year. They come really alive. Ideas come when they are in that particular mood. They're able to really balance it all out. I have a relative who takes a trip every year with her friends and leave her boys with her husband to take care of the boy. That's
so you have to plan your joy, be intentional about things that make you happy.
About taking care of your mental health, because that's another way to really cope with all the responsibilities that come with taking care of the children or the family. And this is for male and female. Men also go through mental health issues. So sometimes they don't want to talk about it because they feel shy and they feel that the society.
Please louder. We need some people in the back there. They can't hear.
Yeah,
Make it louder.
Think that men are stronger and that they're not human. I was telling someone 2 days ago that I dislike people telling boys not to cry. Boys are allowed to cry if they want to cry. They're human beings, because when you tell the boys not to cry, they grow up and become very insensitive. And then you find out that most of the men you see today were raised not to act like they were human beings. Another challenge again for this parenting problem is that in Africa, most men who are breadwinners tend to pay themselves out of the parenting responsibility. So they leave the women to do everything by themselves. So because I'm a breadwinner and I'm paying most of the bills, not all, but I'm paying majority of the bills, then all the parenting responsibility is left for the women. And that's why mental health issues, most time you find that for women who are in abusive marriages, who are excessively burdened with the responsibility of running the home because they're not earning so much like the man.
Okay.
So this has to be spoken about over and over. Society has to really echo it for men to know that because you're the breadwinner does not mean that your wife should be the only one that should take responsibility of the parenting, like things like school run. Some women do the school run alone. Some families can afford a driver. Some cannot afford a driver. In some countries, your children have to school not far from where you live. So that is manageable. If you're doing the school run as a mom, thumbs up. I do that as well. But we have a shared plan where my husband does the morning session and then I do the afternoon one when I do the pickup. But some families are not in agreement when it comes to that. Some families are not in agreement to get nannies. I've met women who their husbands do not want a help. And they have 3 children. They run a business in Lagos, Nigeria with all the stress. And their husband say, I don't want any help in this house. So that woman is definitely going to suffer mental health problems. She's going to have anxiety, panic attacks. She's going to feel abused and she's going to lose her self-esteem, even if she's a beautiful woman. So those are challenges that we need to talk a lot about because some people are still suffering, even well-educated women, where the man has a certain kind of rule that does not allow the woman to really express her talent, do all the things that she's supposed to do. So the marriage becomes like a prison where the woman cannot really air her own opinion. So these are very big, major issues that if we're going to talk about mental health, mostly in Africa or in Nigeria, we must address the way the family is, designed, the structure within the home.
All right.
And you all know as well, a parent organizer book that helps them stay organized. That is so super important because if you're not organized, you're constantly going to get burnt out and that will affect your mental health at the end of the day. So there's still more, but I'll stop here.
Wonderful. Your head is there. How are you so on point today, ma'am? Wonderful. Thank you so much for that expository session. A lot,
and I even planned a class for men. I had a planned webinar, free webinar for fathers. Because
all right.
I felt like women, London, everywhere, complain about the same thing, then there's a problem.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
That was quite an expository session there with talking about parenting and your mental well-being. We'll take this time out now. When we get back, of course, we're talking to a model. It's our final guest of the day.